This conference will now be
Hi all.
recorded.
So before I start the demo, let me introduce myself. I have overall uh, almost like 16 years of experience. I started my career with ABAP. Then I moved to SAP UFI, Fiori, ABAP, Odata, Fiori Elements. I worked on various S4 HANA implementation projects, and I worked on the in-app and side-by-side extensions for HANA in-app and side-by-side extensions, free apps developments, freestyle developments, template-based developments. Then I worked on BTP. Okay, I'm working on various services in BTP like CPA, mobile services. I built CAP applications, uh, Fiori applications in BTP. I worked on various services in BTP, SAP build process automation, build work zones, SAP AA Core, SAP AA Launchpad. Okay, so I'm currently working. Okay, this is my experience and working experience. And coming to the training, some from past more than 10 years I'm giving training on various topics like BTP, CAPM, UFI, RAP, SAP integration suite, Node.js, JavaScript, Fiori elements, ABAP, CDSUs, UI annotations, S4 HANA in app and side by side extensions. Okay, so these are the various trainings which I'm giving. Okay, so that is my real-time experience currently I'm working, as well as my training experience. Clear? Now let's come back to the today's demo. Okay. So today, what are the topics which I'll be covering is one is SAP evolution. So from starting to till date, what are the evolutions which have come in SAP related to the technology perspective? Okay, that I'm going to start. Then second is ABAP on cloud. Yes, we know ABAP is on premises and everything. Why ABAP is on cloud? That we are going to discuss. Then what is BTP? Now everyone are talking about BTP, BTP, BTP. Correct? So what exactly it is? Okay. Next is called the RAP, ABAP RESTful Application Programming Model. That is called the RAP. So what is RAP? Okay. So what is ABAP RESTful Application Programming Model? That we are going to discuss. What is S4 HANA in-app and side-by-side extensions? So right now we are in still on-premises system. One day everyone has to go to the cloud and public or private cloud. So now the development will be completely changed. Will be changing using in-app and side-by-side extensions. S4 HANA in-app and side-by-side extension. So what are this? What is that? Okay. Then evolution of the ABAP. Yes. What evolutions has come in ABAP? And when we'll develop one RAP application, and then that is nothing but what is SAP Fiori. Then afterwards use case demo, we'll develop one RAP applications in the cloud. Okay, so these are the topics which I'll be covering in today's class. First, so now I'm not the, as I'm going to discuss about the SAP evolutions from the starting date to till date, what evolutions has come in SAP in the technology perspective I'm going to discuss. So everyone knows that the journey of the SAP has quick started with a classical programming model, correct? The starting stage, it was classical programming. Even now, most of the clients still using classical programming model only, right? But as the time passed, the business trends started changing. Absolutely, when so when the time passes, obviously the business started changing, and the market began to evolve with cloud and mobile applications significantly in the digital infrastructure. Yes, absolutely. When the time passes, now everyone are talking about the BTP cloud, or they're converting into mobile applications. Everything are talking about that significantly in the digital infrastructure. And now, when the best recognized practice for the program is the ABAP programming model on Fiori. So before RAP is coming to the picture, we used to have in ABAP, we used to have a model called ABAP programming model in Fiori. So this is the recognized practice. So we used to develop the applications in
I
the
am
ABAP
not able to
programming.
hear.
Oh, you are not able to hear? Anyone? All are not able to hear? Like, how is it?
We can hear you. I can hear you at least.
Okay. So Ravi, can you check from your side? Okay.
Actually, we are hearing, but little bit slow.
Slow means voice is slow,
Hello.
or like voice is slow. How about now?
Yes.
I'm not able to hear.
Okay, Jitendra, can you just because remaining people can hear, so can you? Log off and log in and try. Okay. Yeah, Ravi, now it is clear or still it is slow voice? Hello, guys, it is clear. Voice is clear now.
Yes,
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 clear.
yes.
Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks. So now, as we are discussing about the classical programming model, and we even now most of the projects are still going with the classical programming model. But when the evolution starts and the market begins to evolve, we are seeing cloud and mobile applications. Okay, but the best practiced and recognized practice programming in ABAP is before RAP came into the picture. We used to have ABAP programming model and Fiori. Okay, I took back and see we are going to see the journey of evolutions in several areas in SAP. Yes, this whatever the screen which I'm sharing, okay, is completely the total evolutions from the starting to till date. What evolutions has happened in SAP? This is what which we are going to discuss from an SAP traveler's point of view. Many tools has added. Yes, we have seen user exits, module program baddies, enhancement points, a lot of things we have seen. Okay, so from SAP traveler point of view, many tools arrived. Okay, several techniques were developed and concepts emerged in the context of the interfaces, infrastructures, and integrations. Yes, we have using everyone are using now, even now also people are using ABAP, normal ABAP, correct? So we have used several tools have arrived, lot of tools has come, and lot of the several techniques which are like 7.4 code, okay, 7.5 ABAP code. So a lot of changes has come into the evolution of the SAP in integrations and the infrastructures in SAP. Is it clear? Okay, so now coming back to the picture which I'm showing right now, the picture which I'm showing is does not depict any priority index for using the technology. Means I'm not saying that file exchange has the first one which has come and RFC is the second one which has come. No, I'm not talking about. I'm just showing you the hierarchical diagram like what evolution has come in SAP. So it is just a representation of the arrival of different techniques in different sequences. Clear? Okay. The everyone knows the first one. Just mute yourself if you don't have any questions. Anand. Yeah. So now the first one, which in our technology perspective, SAP perspective, architecture perspective, technology perspective, the first is called the file exchange. I'm not talking about sequence. I'm telling that what is here. I'm just telling. It is nothing but a file exchange, file interface. Because it is file interface. Interface based on the file exchange is one of the oldest technique to provide data to the third-party system from SAP. So even till today also, most of the clients are sending their file data from one to another servers or externals through SFTP, sorry, SFTP and FTP. Correct. So for using this concept, we are able to send the data and we're sending in a files. Okay. Interfaces based on the file exchange is one of the oldest technique to provide the data to the third party for SAP without any complex coding and configurations. Using FTP and SFTP, we used to file transfer can be done very easily from SAP to SAP or SAP to any third party applications. Okay, will now yes, we are able to successfully send. Now, will arrival of PI, okay, will arrival of PI, okay, PI has come into the picture. The extraction file from the SAP, we are sending back, we are sending the, now what is the requirement is, we have a file, we need to send this file to the third party person. Okay, so now we are extracting the file from, okay, from SAP and it's sent first to PI system. Means we are first not directly sending to the business partner, we're sending to the PI system where the mappings, conversations happens based on the requirements posted by the third party system and it will be possible to send the file in the design. So now what is this role of the middleware is doing PI? If you want to do mapping fields between the source and destination, you can do in PI. So first thing will be for PI is to, if we're sending a files to the third party system, it should be first is should be the Okay, mapping should be done. So that mapping and conversations and encryptions are all, everything is done in the PI system. Of course, now PI is not there. The next is nothing but your CPI. CPI is also one of the service in BTP. So what is there? It transfers the data from SAP to non-SAP systems, and as well as you can transfer the data between the SAP system to the PI system, and from PI system to the business partner. So PI is going to play as a middleware where you want to do mappings, where you want to do conversions, where you want to do encryptions. Is it clear? Any questions?
Yeah, Bobby Vivekananda here. Actually,
Mhm.
when we are sending data SAP to SAP or non-SAP, PI is okay. What is SFTP? What is this?
SMTP is a SMTP, or I didn't, I said SFTP, I said, not SMTP. I said
SF
FTP and SFT, file transfer protocol. We used to put the
is
file
the
in
name of
A11 directory. Yes, yes. We used to put the file in the A11 directory, and there is a script OS level will be pick the file from the A11 and dump into the PA, or it will going to dump into the external systems. So this is called the file transfer protocol. So we used to write the code, open data set, and we used to dump the file in our A11 folder. No, that is what I'm
Mhm.
talking about.
Okay, 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 then
Okay,
it's
yeah. Yeah. So now, yes, in PA, what is the role of PA? Now the PA also getting deprecated because it's on premises. Now everything we are moving to the cloud, and that is called CPA, Cloud Process Integrations. Is one of the service in BTP where you can send the data from one system to another SAP systems or non-SAP systems. Okay. So any questions to the file transfer? No questions. The next is the RFC. Everyone knows about RFC, right? Everyone how to create it. Okay. Another approach under the classical model is the remote function call. So RFC interfaces, okay, is used to send the communication, sorry, set up the communication between SAP and SAP, and also between SAP, okay, SAP between two SAP systems. Okay, it runs on the concept of client and server, where client is the that client, where client is the one which is trying to extract the data from the SAP system, and server is our SAP server. Okay, so now what we do, we create a function model in our server, and we will ask anyone outside the SAP system, like for example, let us take Java. So he will be installing RFC plugins, and then he will try to connect to our SAP system, and he will try to consume our S4 HANA function model. Okay, so this is also we have used RFC. Any questions? No, right? So now, yes, using the RFC interface concept, SAP came up with the BAPI also, everything. Okay, business application programming model interface. The idea was to expose the business data to the external system. This is the idea why we are doing it, to expose our data to the external system. That is what which we are doing it. Any questions? No, right? Okay. So now we completed file exchange, we'll completed RFC, and we'll complete IDOC. So anyone tell me what is IDOC? Everyone have worked on IDOC, right? So what is IDOC? Everyone would have worked on IDOC. What is IDOC? Everyone worked, right? Okay, fine. So
Intermediate.
document,
IDAC as an
yes,
intermediate
yeah,
document to transfer
yes,
data to one
correct,
system to other system, either SAP to SAP or SAP to non-SAP.
correct, perfect. So intermediate document is another old approach with proven technique to communicate between SAP to SAP or SAP to non-SAP. Even till today, all the most of the projects are just going into the through IDOC only. So IDOC interface, just mute yourself, please. Okay, so IDOC interface provides a file format for exchanging the data between systems. What is it? It provides a file format. The format of the data file consists of, we have structures, we have fields, we have positions, we have lengths, we okay, and further divided we used to have headers, data segments, and the status of the record. Clear? So this is how you used to transfer the data. So now what the communication, okay, via IDOC interface is based on the framework provided by the ALE, that is application link enable. However, there is a restriction from using ALE customers and suppliers who are outside the company. So for them, so that is the reason it is not easy to use it. This what is this exactly? IDOC. It's not approach. Now the picture comes about the IDOC is over, then SOAP. So have you worked on SOAP, anyone already? SOAP is web services. Anyone has worked on web services? Okay. So now with NetWeaver version, with SAP version 7.0 and NetWeaver, SAP introduced a new technology called web services for communicating and exchanging between SAP to non-SAP systems, or between SAP to SAP. So what is the need of the SOAP services is, okay, so this is introduced a new technology called web services for communication and the exchanging the data between SAP and SAP. Since okay, so now SAP is SAP and non-SAP system. Since one can't say that SOAP is a messaging protocol that is supported by version 7. So one, it is just a messaging protocol. People think that it is just a, if not used in RAM. Okay, so now we used to transfer the data using SOAP service, right? So we can say that SOAP is messaging protocol that is supported by the version 7.0 onwards with SAP NetWeaver, and it is a internet based technology. Okay, so to call the functions, HTTP protocol is used and client receives the details of the parameters function. So now here we used to have a client and server technology. So now the server development, everything is be done by the okay, here in SAP system, and we can expose the data to the outside world using SOAP service. Okay, to call the functions, HTTP protocol is used and client receives the details of the parameters and function in the form of WSTL format. Okay, so in the form of WSL format we are able to convert it, okay, which can be retrieved through a defined URL. How we can access the data? It's a defined URL. Okay, then it will be in the form of a WSTL format. What is the WSTL? WSTL stands for the web services and description language. So when you are transferring the data from SAP to SAP or non-SAP to SAP systems, non-SAP systems, the first thing is that, okay, we have to convert this our function module into the SOAP service, and then that will create a HTTP protocol and which will generate a URL, and that URL will be giving to the external vendor, and it will be in the WSTL web service description language, and it follows the okay web services concept. Is it clear, guys? Any questions to the SOAP service?
Bobby, here one thing is there. SOAP service means that transaction because the SOA manager we are created
Correct,
RFC
correct, correct.
that
Yes,
one.
yes, yes, yes. So
Okay.
manager only.
But this is a very old method. As I remember, it
Yeah,
is
yeah. I'm
15,
saying evolutions.
that.
What has come? What are the evolutions has come from starting date to till date? I'm covering those technologies.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Now coming back to the SAP S4 HANA. Yes, SAP S4 HANA is the big revolution which has come into the SAP, right? It is the fourth version of the ERP business suite provided by the SAP. Yes, absolutely. It is the fourth okay version. Okay, by the SAP, which is based on the HANA in-memory database. So it is a evolution for both technology and the concept in SAP, and it is got released in 2015. Since then, it has become the consistent intent to make suit easy to use an administrator. They made it very easily to use by the administrator, by the global administrator, by the okay by HANA database. So now over the period, it has proven that no matter how complex are the business requirements or low large the data is, SAP is capable to deal with every problem. So it is SAP S4 HANA is built up in such a way that whatever the problem it comes, it is going to handle it. So that is what which I'm talking about. Any questions? So SAP S/4HANA follows the low-code paradigm, which uses the mechanism of code push-down, which means the complicated data computations happens in the datasets layer instead of the application layer. So generally, what is happening, right? Okay, so no matter how complex the business logic is, SAP S/4HANA is capable of to handle it. Every problem. So whereas SAP S/4HANA database, it is available in the public cloud, private cloud, and on-premises system. Okay, 10 okay, to make the data pull easily for everyone. Okay, we have introduced technical or non-technical from the DB layer. So S/4HANA introduced the concept of the information modules. So what are those information models is that CDS views, a core data services where we will create a CDS view to develop the applications. Okay. Next is the AMDP, a ABAP management data procedure. And the third one is CDS table function. This is nothing but a ABAP CDS use. So SAP S/4HANA, okay, is a fourth version. Okay, whatever the complex you bring it, it is going to resolve it. Is it clear? So now what are those concepts? Okay, we discussed CDS views is an okay. What CDS view is one of the thing. It is a enhancement of the SQL standard in ABAP layer. Okay, where we are going to develop the ABAP CDS views. That is one of the okay in S4 HANA. Another one is called the AMDP. Okay, which we discussed. Another one is called CDS table functions. Clear? Any questions, guys? Next. Okay, the next is the OData. Okay, so what is OData? OData is a protocol. It stands for the Open Data Protocol. As I mentioned in the introduction here, okay, the future of the ABAP programming model, everything will be in the RESTful programming model. So OData follows the RESTful. Okay, in the context, OData is going to play imperative role. See whether you use a CGW, okay, whether a protocol to develop the OData, whether you use the RAP ABAP programming model on Fiori to develop a OData, whether you use the latest one RAP model to develop a ABAP OData. So OData is going to okay is a stands for the Open Data Protocol. It's not a SAP product. So we are following the guidelines of the OData protocol, and that is the reason we are able to develop the OData services. Okay, so now in before coming to the RAP, we used to have a ABAP programming model on Fiori, and now it has come called RAP. Okay, so what does it? It is going to play very key role in development of ABAP applications, and everything will be doing in RAP only. Most of the developments. So coming to the concept, OData is also open that it can be consumed by any applications, by any programming, any software devices. So when you develop a OData services, okay, the URL it convert your OData into URL. That to OData URL you can open in the browser, you can open in the Excel sheet, you can open in any devices, you can consume in any technology. Okay, so that is the reason we are following the OData protocol to expose our data. But technology may be different, whether we are doing SCGW, whether you are doing the ABAP CDS, whether you are doing the RAP. Finally, we are developing OData. Maybe the technology, the code and the coding, everything is different, but it's following the we are finally exposing to the OData, and that OData has follows the guidelines of the REST. Okay, so this is the reason OData is going to be a part of our future ready intelligent ERP as well. Any questions, guys, until now? No questions. So the next is developing the is CDS use and BOPF. Okay, so that's CDS, which means core data services. Okay, which means in the application layer, CDS is defined to extract the data from the DB layer and to present in the application. Now you can ask me, we have a data dictionary, then where we have a select queries, what is the need of it? What is the need of it? Okay, so now what is so now when we are using the CDS view, Okay, its function is similar to SQL statement, but the data provided is semantically rich as its contain readable annotations. Means you are using the CDS to fetch the data, okay, from the database. So what is advantage? We are getting all the SQL features in our ABAP CDS. So before that, if you want to get the data, we used to go to the SC38 report program and we used to write a select query and we used to get the data. That approach will be slowly completely wiped out. Now everything will be developing in CDS views. So it directly goes to the table and fetches the data. Here, any questions? So why CDS has become very popular? Because it goes for all the features of the SQL. So we can write excellently everything into the CDS views by getting the benefit of the SQL. So one more advantage of CDS user, you can use associations, joins, you can link between one CDS view to another CDS view. Is it clear? Any questions? Now coming back to the wrap. Anyone knows what is wrap? Anyone knows what is wrap? Hello? Anyone has worked before on wrap already or this is first time? Okay. So now wrap is the future of our architecture. Okay, so what does this RAP brings us? RAP is a methodology by the SAP to develop the ABAP applications. So what it contains the concepts, best tools, best frameworks, best languages, best practices. This combined thing they have developed RAP. What is it helpful for? It is helpful for efficient development of the enterprise grade applications. Is it clear? So now where it is available, this app, it is available in the service development. You can do in SAP Fiori services, you can consume, or you can consume in a web APIs. We can develop web APIs. So universal usual programming model, where it is there, it is greenfield implement and brownfield development also you can do. Then it is available in on-premises system as well as in the BTP. So coming to the on-premises system, RAP is available when your SAP system is greater than or equal to 1909. Whereas cloud, it is available everywhere. Any questions, guys, until now? No questions. Then let's come back to the evaluations of ABAP. So now we discussed about the total SAP evolutions, total overall SAP evolutions. Now we are going to discuss about the evolution of the ABAP. What is that? Evolution of the ABAP. Yes, everyone knows before SAP S4 HANA, we used to have ECC system, we used to have a business suite, and we used to create enhancements, baddies, user exits, and everything. On the top of that, we installed SAP NetWeaver Gateway system, and we had started developing the ABAP data, and we are exposing it. And of course, we can have any DB, we can connect. Now coming back to the SAP S4 HANA, okay, if you are S4 HANA on-premises system, and if your SAP system is greater than or equal to S4 HANA 1909, then you can start developing RAP applications. Is it clear? Now coming back to the S4 HANA public cloud or private cloud. If you go to the public or private cloud, easily you can develop RAP applications. There is nothing but ABAP on cloud. Okay, then SAP network gateway 7.5, okay, we have to have in our system, and then once we have it, okay, in on-premises system, we can just develop the RAP application. Whereas in the BTP, okay, we have two things. One thing is ABAP RESTful application programming model, okay, that is called RAP, and that is called CAP. Okay, so now we are focus is on the RAP. So now this application which you are developing is going to consume in the HANA database. Any questions, guys? Is it clear? You guys are understand now. Before we used to have any DB, now it's a HANA DB. Any questions? You guys are understanding, right? Clear. Next. So what evolutions have come in ABAP
Bobby,
programming module?
one
Yeah,
thing
please. Yeah,
generally
please.
as per the database, sorry, we know something like SQL database, something like HANA database,
Hmm.
like this. So if we using generally as per the changing some, previously we are using WSDL file, SOA manager.
You're talking
Now
about
in
SOA manager. Okay.
yeah,
Now what is
SOA
the
manager
question?
that time also we are using SQL, the database. Now converted into the HANA. Okay, so
Hmm.
if we use that technology, then that is also useful for HANA as well as SQL technology, right?
No, 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 no. Maybe you put a question in this. So you maybe your question is when we have an ECC system, we used to develop SOAP services. Now in S4 HANA also we are with still using we are using SOAP services. What is the difference? Is that is your question?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'll tell. I'll tell. See, when we are using the S4 HANA, okay, it is called the paradigm shift because and the architecture also is changed. Okay, so we used to run all our select queries, everything into the top of the application server. Whereas when you are in S4 HANA, all your queries which are running in ABAP CDSUs is running in the top of the in-memory database. It is not running in the application server. Is it clear? What is the difference now? Technology is different, but while retrieving the data is running on the top of the database, not on the application server, like which was run in the ECC system. This is a major advantage of not getting dumps because it is happening at the database level. Is it clear? Did I answer your question?
Okay, okay.
Okay. So, so now coming back to the next. So now what evolutions of ABAP programming module has come? Okay. So if your SAP system is less than or equal to 7.5, it is a classical programming when you used to do user exits, baddies, and normal. Now, if your ABAP platform is greater than or equal to 7.5, then SCGW OData and we can do and CDS we can start developing and CDS based BOPF will come. And this approach we call it as ABAP programming model and Fiori. Okay, then little bit more. If your SAP system is on-premises system, if your SAP system is greater than or equal to S4 HANA 1909, okay, you can develop RAP applications in on-premises system. And BTP, it will be by default, you can develop RAP applications. So now in olden approach, we used to have a SCGW at the rate order dot publish true. Now this is getting deprecated. Everything will be business services. Okay, now we have a CDS based BOPF. CDS will be there in RABAP, RESTful application programming model, but it is getting deprecated in BOPF is getting deprecated. Everything will be behavior definition and implementations. Is it clear? Okay, so this if you are a solution architect or if you're an architect, you can propose to the client, hey, I'm in ECC, I cannot do anything. When I move to the S4 HANA, this is what I can do it. Is it clear? Any questions? Anyone have any questions? Next, yes, we discussed about the
It means in the 8.10, it's no BOPF concept.
BOPF is there, but better approach is RAP, business services.
So this one is
Behavior
7.
definite.
For example,
Mhm.
the GUI is 8 or something also, it's not relevant to the 1808, right? That is separate and GUI is separate, right? You mean?
See, I'm talking about the components installed in SAP system. Okay, if your S4 HANA is greater than or equal to 1909, okay, on premises system, you can develop RAP applications.
Okay. Once we will open system, can you show that? Because we can able to see the GUI versions only in the GUI systems.
I'll
So
show you. I'll show
1808
you.
platform, this one we are not sure on that. Not
Okay.
now or anytime. Okay,
No, no,
whenever
that's
you will.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Uh, I'm we are discussing about the RAP. That's why I'm just bringing you. Okay. So anyway, not an issue. If your S4 HANA is greater than or equal to 1909 onwards, then you can develop RAP applications. And in BTP, it will be by default. It will you can develop RAP applications. See, go to the status, click on this one, go to the install products, little bit scroll down, and you can see 2023. Now I can develop RAP
The
applications
Fiori
because
for
it is greater
S4.
than. Uh, Correct. S4 HANA is there, no? On the top you can see.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. And Bobby, what is BOPF? I did not
Business
get that word.
Object Process Framework. Okay. See, when you are doing in the Fiori app, when you are doing the transactional things like creating the record, updating the record, and deleting the record, you can use this BOPF framework along with CDS views because CDS views is just it's fetching the data. It cannot do any operations. So with the linking of BOPF in the CDS view, you can do transactions also. Is it clear? So that is getting replaced with RAP because it is RAP is bringing you the best framework, best concepts, best things. So that is the reason BOPF will be. It's not like that it will not be there. It will get deprecated slowly because we have a better framework that is called RAP to update, create, delete in the Fiori app. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's come back. Okay. So as I said, RAP is bringing you the best concepts, best tools, best frameworks, best languages, and best practices so that we can develop our applications in the efficient way. Okay. So what service developments you can develop SAP Fiori UI services, we can develop APIs. Universal programming model is you can do greenfield development, we can do brownfield developments. It is available in on-premises as well as in the cloud. That is called BTP. Is it clear? Any questions? Anyone have any questions? No. Okay. So now what we can do in the RAP applications? What are the things, different actions we can do in the app applications? So yes, we have a database table. On the top of the database table, we create a CDS view. Okay. And for this CDS view, I'm going to create a root view. Okay. I'm going to create a root view. Okay, here root view means we are creating a CDS view. We are making as a root view. It is nothing but we are creating a data definition language. Okay, then afterwards we are developing data access control. Means we are restricting the data. Okay, we can restrict the data based on the access. That is what we will write in the data control language. Then we will write metadata extensions. Means as we are developing a Fiori app, all the changes in the Fiori app will be done through annotations, UI annotations. Suppose we want to add input field, we want to have a table, columns in the table, we want to have a selection fields. All the things will be done in the metadata extension file. That is nothing but we'll add UI annotations. Then afterwards, we'll create a behavior definition where we will be writing whether you want to create a record, whether you want to delete the record, whether you want to do update the record, whether we want to do validate the record, whether we want to do verifications to the record, whether we want to do actions. Everything will be defining in the behavior definition. So once we define, then we will create a behavior implementation. And for everything what we define, everything a single method, class method will be getting created. So inside the class method, we will be writing the web code. So this is the overall structure of the RAP methodology. Any questions, guys?
No, no, Bobby, Bobby.
No questions, right? Perfect. Next. So we before coming to the RAP, we used to have a ABAP programming model on Fiori, where we used to create a table and we used to create an interface view that reads from this table. Okay, and we used to create a consumption view that reads from the interface view. It is a CDS view. That's all. And we used to write metadata extension, the UI annotations, and then we used to consume in our SG slash a WFND main service as a register the Odata service, and then we used to consume in the Fiori apps. So this is what the old approach. But now coming to the RAP. So Additional things was added, but generally, whenever we are moving into the new technologies, the complexity will be reduced. But now you are telling it is increased. What then? If it is increased, there should be a reason. Correct, right? So, what is that reason that we are going to discuss? Okay. So, when we will be creating a table and we will be creating interface view that reads from the table, means we are going to create a CDS view that reads from this table. On the top of that, I'm going to create a consumption CDS view that reads from the interface view, CDS view. And then we will write UI annotations. Then now wrap come into the picture. We will be defining that entity as a business object. Means a business object is nothing but a parent. Okay, and we'll make that CDS view as a business object. In the wrap methodology, we call it as business object. Then for that business object is nothing but a CDS view. Okay, we'll create a behavior definition. What we will put in behavior definition? We will put what we want to create a record, delete, update, actions, modifications, verifications, everything will be defining in the behavior definition. And then we will create implement behavior definitions. Means what we define in the behavior definition, for everything there will be a class method will be created, and inside the class method we'll be writing the pure ABAP code. Then afterwards we'll create a behavior projections, and then we'll create a service definition, and then service binding, which will generate a OData URL. That OData URL will be consuming in the Fiori applications. Any questions here? Is it clear? Anyone have any questions? No questions. And then why we required additional steps? So now you are telling you're bringing this many extra steps. What is the advantage we are getting? Let's say in olden approach, you went to SCGW, you developed OData service, and it is V2. Now you upgraded your system, let us assume, to some latest versions, which has OData V4 version. Now your client says, hey, we have a OData V4. Why can't you develop OData V4 instead of V2, which is already existing? Is there? Then you need to develop from the scratch. Whereas when when you would have developed your OData service using the wrap, and that time in older version you have OData V2 only, and then you developed everything, and now you move to some latest versions, and where you have OData V4. Now with a single step, you can develop OData V4 without touching any code and nothing. So this is the advantage of using the wrap methodology. Okay, now, okay, understood what is the advantage of using wrap? Clear? Any questions? No questions. So now your client says they want additional OData V2 without Fiori element. You're not required to go from the scratch. You can just go to the service definition. You can create one service definition or service binding, and it'll be done. There is no way creating CDS views. You're not creating behavior definition, creating behavior implementation, writing the logic. Nothing is required. So this is the reason we have extra steps in wrap. Any questions? Is it clear, guys? Any questions, guys? No questions. Perfect. Now we will application development paradigm. We will develop this application. Now graph application will be developing in BTP. How we are going to develop? Simple example, we'll take it. We'll create a database table. On the top of that, we'll create a CDS view. And as of now, it does not have parent and child. It has only one parent. That's all. It does not have any child for this demo. Okay. So what we will do? We'll consume this will develop the CDS view and will consume in the by fetching the data from the database table. You see this one. On the top of this CDS view, I'm going to create a behavior definition where I'll be adding, creating the record, deleting the record, updating the record. So there is no code will be written. By the framework itself, everything will take care of because we're using managed use case. Okay. Then on the top of this, I'll create a service definition and then service binding with generate a URL. That OData URL I'll be consuming in the Fiori applications. Any questions? So this is what which we are going to develop now. Now, where I will be developing it? So I am going to one of going to the BTP. So this is actually will not go into too much depth because this is what I can say. So this is the demo class. I will just explain. Okay. So when you get inside to the global account, this is a global account and this is a sub account. So inside the sub account, you have one service called ABAP service where you can develop your ABAP applications in the cloud. So go to service marketplace. Okay. And select ABAP. So this is the one which, okay, I have enabled the service and I added this instance here in my Eclipse, so that now I can start developing the application that is nothing but ABAP on cloud. Anyone have any questions? Any questions, guys?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, see, BTP, what is BTP? It is a platform for us, right? Okay, so where we can use, okay, develop our applications, BTP. Okay, so that is the reason in BTP we have, okay, one of the service called RAP, ABAP on cloud, one of the service called ABAP, where we can develop our applications. Okay, so now bit of before, okay, you understood what I'm talking about. Okay, so now we have one of the service called BTP. Okay, in BTP, okay, where we can develop our applications. So now coming back to here, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Let's come back here. Okay, so now evolution of the ABAP, what evolutions has come in ABAP? I said that if your SAP system is ECC and business suite, okay, and you have installed the SAP NetWeaver gateway and you can connect to the DB, correct? Then we are moving from ECC to the next evolution. That is, you can move to the S4 HANA on-premises system, or you can move from ECC to the S4 HANA public cloud, private cloud directly. Okay, now in the public cloud, private cloud, or in the BTP, or in your S4 HANA on-premises system, the development you can develop SAP applications is ABAP layer, correct? And we can connect to the HANA DB. Yes or no? ABAP layer only. The ABAP layer, what evolution has come is nothing but is RAP. ABAP layer RESTful application programming model. That is called RAP. These RAP applications you can develop if your SAP S4HANA system is greater than or equal to 1909, or if your SAP S4HANA system is public or private cloud, or there is a service called ABAP service in BTP where you can develop RAP applications. Or this is called ABAP on cloud. Is it clear? Now, what is BTP? Okay, see, SAP BTP offers variety of runtime like Java, Node.js, Hana. Now it is ABAP. So SAP BTP supports necessary runtime. For example, if you write the code related to the C in Notepad, we cannot run because we require a C compiler. But if you want to run a Java program, we have to install a Java runtime called JRE. And similarly, if you want to run a ABAP program, you require a ABAP layer which can understand your code, compile your code, check for syntax errors, and it executes your code. So that runtime environment is part of BTP. So this is we call as platform as service. So BTP is providing a runtime environment where you can develop any language. Bring your own language, it is going to support. So one of the languages ABAP. So now if you want to move from normal ABAP to the new one, you can build side-by-side extensions. You can build new dimensions on the wrap, and you can build create a intermediate transaction Fiori app that is getting replaced with wrap. Any questions? Is it clear? Did I answer? I have given what is BTP. I said what does BTP contains and what wrap will going to do in BTP. Any questions, guys? Is it clear? You guys are confusing or you guys are understanding? Is it confusing or understanding, guys?
A little bit confusing, I think.
Okay. See,
Yeah,
what is BTP? What is BTP? You can
Please
tell.
repeat the
You
same.
understood? Yeah, I'll tell you.
Please
What is
repeat the same.
BTP? Yeah, I'll repeat. What is BTP? Anyone understood? Is that clear or not?
It's a platform to create the RESTful application programs, right?
It is not for only for ABAP. You bring any technology, it is providing your runtime environment. Okay. See, let us assume you have written the code in C code in Notepad. It will execute?
No.
No, right? Because it required a C compiler. Suppose you have written the code in the Notepad Java program, it will execute? No, it is required a Java runtime environment. So that runtime environment is part of BTP. You bring any technology, you can run it. What it contains, it does. The BTP will check for your syntax errors. It executes your code. It compiles your code. So that runtime environment is part of BTP. So that is the reason we call it as service as platform as service. Okay. So now you are telling that you bring any technology. So ABAP is one of the technology is it is available in BTP, where you can develop your ABAP applications. That is nothing but ABAP on cloud. Is it clear?
Yes, yes. Got
Any
it.
questions? Okay, no questions. So now
Yeah,
in the yeah, please tell me.
yeah. What are the supported runtimes in SAP BPC?
You bring any detail. That's what I'm saying. BYOL. Bring your own language.
Okay.
Whether you want to develop Java, whether you want to develop AngularJS, React, Python, R, SAP UI5, ABAP, any technology you bring, it is going to support. BTP
Okay.
is not for ABAP, any language. It has a runtime environment where it is going to support. So one of the environment is our ABAP. Just mute yourself if you don't have any questions, please. Is it clear? Okay. So now we have a ABAP environment service where we can develop. So now how I have added these services. Okay. So now this has I have created enable the service. Okay. And now this has given me a key. I have downloaded that key. Okay. Okay. You can see I have downloaded this key, and this key I have added here. I can start developing ABAP on cloud applications. Is it clear? Any questions? Anyone have this service? See, you can see service key. I have downloaded the service key. Okay. Then I'm just showing you again. So right click, new ABAP cloud project. Click next. So now whatever the downloaded service key, I am trying to extract it. You can see this is the service key. Then here I'm copying this service instance URL here and close it, and I'm pasting it. Then click next. Okay, and then copy and open in the URL, and this will get added here. Any questions? And now you can start developing your ABAP on cloud. Any questions, guys?
Maybe one thing here. Suppose we have a ECC system and database
Okay.
is the HANA. Okay. So
Mhm.
for BTP in ECC, what features is required? Then we can write the code in BTP.
Okay, so that's what ECC does not have anything. You can't develop the side-by-side extensions. You can't develop the S4 NAP and side-by-side extensions. You can't develop the CDSUs. You can't develop the RAP applications.
Okay,
Correct.
that is
So now
okay.
we can enable the ABAP service in BTP, and you can start developing ABAP applications, and you can develop side-by-side extensions. You can develop the all the things. Now you can ask me, I have ECC, why I'll go to the BTP?
Yeah.
Maybe that is your
Yeah. So actually, then this BTP we have to purchase separately. This is the
correct.
another
Absolutely.
platform.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. You have
Okay,
to
okay.
purchase.
That is the only platform we can, as you said, we can run any type of program or whatever because it's
Yeah.
compiling and execution environment available like this.
Hmm.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Okay. So now, yes, let us assume that you have a company. Okay. I'm telling the options. I don't know. Okay. To why we want to BTP. Okay. The concept is clean core approach. What do you mean by clean core approach? All your businesses, if you put everything in one system, when you are trying to do upgrade, when you are trying to do migrate, it will be too complex and difficult. And doing deep enhancements and core inside the your SAP system is not a best practice. So we will call it as clean core approach. If you are having custom developments, you can move out from your on-premise system, you can move to the BTP, so that your application will be clean core. So this is called the side-by-side extension, and this is called as clean core approach. Is it clear? Any questions? What is SAP clean core?
What is exactly side by side extensibility
It
mean?
is nothing but moving out from your on-premises system developments to the cloud is called side-by-side extensions.
Okay.
Clear? Yeah. Any more questions? So side-by-side extension can be anything, but one of the part is this part. Okay. Yeah. Any more questions? Now
Why
understood?
it came that name? It means, is there any parallelly we can do the
Yes, absolutely. We can do parallel. Once I'll discuss that point in next slide when it
okay.
comes. Okay. So now what we'll do, we'll start developing RAP application in the cloud. That is called ABAP on cloud. So now let's come back to our PPT where we have stopped.
Bobby, but this RAP application will do only file transfer or how it is like
No.
OData service?
It is not file transfer. RAP application is to develop the Fiori based UI OData services and APIs.
Yeah. So what we are doing in the OData services, same we have to do here, right?
It is a different tech approach.
Now in OData service, we are generating the URL and we are
Yes,
consuming it. Yeah, the same
correct.
thing we are doing in the RAP, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we have a database table. We'll create a data. See, this is the demo. I'm
Hi,
copying and
Bobby. Nishant here.
yeah,
I have a
yeah,
question.
yeah,
So,
Nishan, please tell me.
Fury is a mandatory to learn for the ABAP BTP.
See, Fiori is the UI only. Can we
Okay.
complete? I will take your questions.
Okay,
All
fine.
your
Yeah,
questions are
sure.
there in next slides.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Okay. You will get, I'm going in a pattern so that you will get everything will be answered by next slides. All your questions. Okay. So let's go one by one. So we have a database table. Yes, I'm going to create a first thing. I'm going to create a package. What is happening? It's not even going. Okay. It's not even moving to the next. Maybe let's go to use the existing package. Some issue. Trial versions will be there. Just a second. New add package. I'm just checking. I can get. Okay, thing is working. Okay, let's use some package and we will develop. I think some issue is there in this. Okay, let's go. So now you can see here, I'm using data dictionary. I'm going database table. So now I'm going to right click new database table. So I'm creating a database table. So generally what we do, we used to go to the table data dictionary and we used to create a table. Now approach is changed. Okay, so now the future is everything, we will be creating everything in this Eclipse only. Okay, so this is the demo. Okay, I'm just hope I'm creating something related to the table. Okay, click next. Okay, and finish button. So now I'm creating a database table. So this is a demo class. That is the reason I'm copying and pasting it. Generally in my classes, I will write everything one by one. Okay. So now I'll just copy this one, just paste it. So everyone knows amount has to be displayed based on the currency. Okay. And now I'm activating this table. Means I'm creating this table. Okay. Of course, there will be no data. So to run this table, just run as web app applications. Of course, no data. This is how we will be able to see the data. Perfect. Now I have done. Now I'm going to create a CDS view, okay, that fetches the data from this database table. Any questions, guys? Yeah, please. What is it? Someone wants question?
Yeah, this is like a C11 that database table like this, right?
Yes, same. Correct. You're right.
Same to same, right?
Same to same. So I'm right clicking
But
and I'm
this is
creating.
the environment in BTP.
Correct.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So now I'm going to create a CDS view. Okay. So as I said, this is the demo. I'm just copying and pasting. Generally, I'll write the code. Okay. Click next. I send a transport request and define root view entity. So this is where when you say root, then only it is called business object. Then only it is called parent in wrap methodology. So I'm just finishing. Okay, that's fine. Some error because it asked me to upgrade it. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just copying pasting because this is the demo class. I'm just copying and pasting it. Okay. I'll explain what I'm doing here. Okay. So now I'll just, this is the table which I have created. Okay, so now what I'm doing it right here. Okay, so now it is unexpected keyword from because I have repeated 2 times from, that is the reason. Okay, so now I'm fetching the fields from this table which I have created. SOID, customer name, sales or gross amount, currency code created by created, and I'm adding UI annotations to show in my Fiori app. Okay, now I'm going to activate the CDS view. Now I'm going to create a behavior definition. So what if the keyword root, then only you will be able to create a behavior definition. Perfect. So right click, new behavior definition. So here I'm using managed. When you say I manage, creating the record, updating the record, deleting the record will be taken care by the framework itself. Nothing you need to write the code. Whereas unmanaged, creating the record, updating the record, deleting the record, we have to write it. So for this demo, I'm using managed. Click next and finish button. Okay, so now what will be there in behavior definition? What you want to define, everything you will put it in the behavior definitions. Okay, yes, I don't want any authorizations. Okay, and as of now for the demo, I don't want any authorizations. Okay, so I'm creating the record, updating the record, deleting the record. Okay, now if you want to do actions, verifications, validations, then you will be defining here, and then you will create a behavior implementation in this class. But as of demo, we have limited time. I'm just activating it. I'm not creating any behavior implementation. Okay, then I'm going to create for the CDS, I'm creating a service definition. Right click on the CDS view. So what you want to expose to the Fiori app, those you have to put it into the service definition. Click next, send a transport request and finish button. Means what are the things you want to expose to the Fiori app or outside world you are putting into this. So I'm exposing my CDS view. Activate it. Now here the picture comes. I'll show you. Now you will create a service binding. Okay. So now where is your service definition? It is here. I click, this is a service. Now I'm creating a service binding. So now you tell. So now, right now, you have created a service binding with OData V2. How I'm selecting the binding type as OData V2 UI. Okay. Next, I'm okay. Next, just OData V2. So click next. Assign a transport request and finish button. Okay. Then I'll go to activate it. Then I'll publish it. It'll take some time to get published. Okay. We'll just wait.
Yes, sir. Is there any difference between this Odata V2 and V4?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously V2 and V4 OData versions, there's obviously they'll be different, right? Advantages.
Okay.
So this wrap will work in V2 and V4 everywhere, right?
Yes.
And you're going to basically cover mainly the wrap part, right? During
No,
our
no, no. I'll
training.
be covering CDS views, wrap, developing analytical list page Fiori app, overview page Fiori app, list report page Fiori app, consuming wrap OData service. Then we'll move to the S4 Hana in-app and side-by-side extensions, and we will be developing the Fiori app in the business application studio, and we will deploy into the on-premises system and displaying as a tile in the Fiori launchpad, catalogs, tiles, groups, spaces, pages. And then we will extend the standard Fiori app. We will activate the standard Fiori app, and we will do wrap applications on BTP and on premises. And we were going to use SAP Cloud Transport Management, SAP CI/CD, and we'll integrate business application to the GitHub. Okay, and this all the things we are going to do. It's not just wrap. Okay.
And what is the timing, Bobby?
Yeah, I'll come to that. I'll come to that. Let's close. Okay, I'm copying this Fiori element URL as a developer. If he want to test by himself, we can test it. By default, it will integrate to a list report object page Fiori app. Okay, see, it has come. Now all these columns are displaying in a table because you have added the UI annotations, UI line items. See, you have added that. That reason it is coming. Now you are coming, create, delete are coming because in the behavior definition you have given create and delete. Update will come. When you click on create button, okay, I'm just giving the customer name Kiran, sales or amount, okay, USD, and okay, I'm just clicking on create button. Okay, it was created. Now you go to the database table, run as. Okay. So have you written any code? Not a single code. How fast is the development you're able to do? Okay, so you can just click on go button, data is coming. You can click on that, you can edit, you can update the data, you can save, it will get updated. Perfect. Now we have done for the OData V2. Now client says, hey, use OData V4, why still you are using V2? So we won't develop from the scratch. What we will do, we will go to your service definition. You will just right click on the service definition. You will create new service binding and you will keep just OData V4. That's all you can do.
So here V2 and V4 are the service binding.
No, these are OData versions, not service binding. See, okay, what is your question is you are creating a new service binding, but that following the OData V4 protocol. Understood? So now I'm clicking next. Okay, and finish button. Now this is using OData V4. I'm activating it, then I'm publishing it. Means we will get the additional features. Obviously, every version OData V2 will have old features and OData V4 will have additional good features. Yes or no? So
Every time
how is
this generated or published, this oh no, this is published only, right?
publish? See, this will be very easy. No, you're not developing from the scratch. So from now onwards, you can use this OData URL, which has OData V4 features. Is it clear? How advantage it is, you see? That is the advantage of using RAP methodology.
But original OData we should create from SCGW or here itself
There is no
directly?
SCGW. SCGW is deprecated. There is no SCGW.
Okay.
Everything is RAP. These are the steps we will develop RAP OData service, which I just showed. Okay, so let it come. Okay,
So maybe
now
in the real time we will get it one more scenario, right? The exact thing. So how we are creating the structures, everything.
we'll structures everything.
Because here only we have taken one table only, right?
Correct. We will do in depth a lot of things in my training. Okay. Now coming back to the what is Fiori? Yes, we develop Fiori applications. Yes or no? This is a Fiori application, right? So now it is this a SAP Fiori? It is a technology? No. SAP Fiori it is a platform? No. It is just a UX, user interface. It is responsive. What do you mean by responsive is, say right click, inspect, and go here, toggle. Now, if you observe, I'm displaying my thing in my mobile device, iPhone. So automatically, okay, automatically you can see, I'm just clicking on it, has become responsive in this. So now if you want to click on it, you can see the data. See, one below the other, it is coming automatically. Now you want to display in the Samsung Galaxy. This is how it looks. You want to display it in the iPad. This is how it looks. And now you want to display in the desktop, mobile response. Let's see, desktop. Automatically it is getting. This is that is the reason if you are saying your application is responsive, then it is also called SAP Fiori application. Open, you develop in any technology. If you follow the guidelines of the SAP Fiori, it is called SAP Fiori applications. So finally, SAP Fiori, it is not a guideline. It is just, it is not a technology or it is not a platform. It is just a guidelines to develop user interface. Is it clear? Any questions? Okay, now V4 has come. So just right click, copy, and then just paste it here. Now it is OData UI V4. It will come take time. See, it is. So this is the OData V2 and this is the OData V4. Okay, now coming back to our Fiori. Yes, we understood what is Fiori. Now, what are the design principles in telling that it is a Fiori applications? Role-based design for your needs, your work. Until that application is designed to your user ready, you will not able to access it. So role-based. Responsive, just now we spoke. Simple. See, what is simple means focus on the important. Whenever you are developing any Fiori application, you should focus on the important fields to display, not everything, because it should be simple. Coherent provides one fluid seamless experience. When you say one fluid seamless experience means suppose we have a sales order screen VA01 where the UI the screen looks different when compared to ME21. The looks different when you're looking into FB01. But when you say Fiori application, all the transactions should look UI should look same so that the end user will not get confused. So provides one fluid seamless experience. Then delightful. You should develop a Fiori application in such a delightful so the end user will have an emotional connection to work on it. So if you follow all these guidelines, it is called Fiori application. Clear? These are the design principles. Next, S4 HANA extensions, in-app extensions. So now in the future or current, even you are in S4 HANA system, you will be able to not stop using baddies and user exits, enhancement spots, everything. You will be using key user tools to extend your Fiori app, UI adaptation at runtime to extend your Fiori app, custom fields and custom business objects and custom logic is the concept of replacing your baddies. Everything you will be using these apps to extend your standard Fiori apps. There will be baddies also will get deprecated. Now I created the CDS view in the Eclipse. There is a standard PDF custom CDS view. You can create it. Now, if you want to do any custom analytical queries, you can use analytical queries standard view. Now, if you want to develop any analytical apps, you can use there is a standard PDF analytical app. And if you want to develop any Adobe Forms, you can use there is a form called Adobe Forms. So using this Fiori apps, because down the line, the SAP GUI will be coming out deprecated. There will be no GUI. Everything will be Fiori apps. Whether if you go to public cloud, everything Fiori apps. You'll go to the private cloud, everything will be Fiori apps. So all the things you will be doing in the Fiori apps. So this is we call it as in-app extensions. This is what which we are going to use in our training also. Any questions? No. Okay. Next.
Hey,
What is? Yeah, please.
you have told body will be deprecated. So where will write down that body logic?
That's
It will
what
be
in
there in
custom
the
business
app.
logic. Custom business logic will write. Inside the custom business logic app, we will be writing the logic. Okay.
Okay, you will provide some example on that, right?
No, we are going to extend using this all in-app extensions only. We are going to develop, use this all things. All this training is completely futuristic training.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Next, this wrap and this all the technologies will be next 20 years. Okay. Now coming to this side-by-side extensions. So side-by-side extension is not specific. Okay. See, if you look at this one, you are in the SAP BTP platform. Okay. And you are developing your Fiori applications here. But your OData service is in your on-premises system. Means you are developing your OData service in on-premises system, but you are consuming the OData and developing UI part in the BTP. So this is called side case. Okay. Now you have you are
Please
you
repeat again. Bobby, sorry. Please repeat again.
yeah, sure. I'll explain. Wait a minute. Okay. So let us assume that you are in the cloud and you have OData service, which is your on-premises system, S4 HANA system. Sorry. Okay. Now you have developed here OData services, and here you have developing your SAP Fiori applications by consuming this OData service here. So now this is called side-by-side extension because you are developing your Fiori application here and you are developing your OData service here. This is called side extension. And is it clear? Now I have ABAP service in BTP, correct? Just now we have done. Now I have developed RAP OData in BTP. Now I have a third party team person, third party vendor. He is developing in the third party vendor. He is developing his front end part, UI part in their system using some Angular JS. Okay, UI. Now he is consuming my RAP OData service into their application. This is also called side extension. Is it clear? Any questions? Okay. Not only side by side, all your S4 HANA developments, if you move everything into your BTP, okay, and and you have because some all are custom, and you have 20% of standard tables, because here you will not have any standard tables in ABAP service in BTP. So what you will do, you will write a OData service for the 20%, and you will consume in your BTP. This is also called side-by-side extensions and a clean core approach. Okay, yeah. Any questions?
So side by side and clean core, that mean like a same meaning.
Same meaning. Clean core approach means is, see, clean core side-by-side extension is a part of the clean core, one of the part. You understood?
Okay, okay,
Okay, but
okay.
side-by-side extension is different. The okay concepts. Okay, yeah. I think this is what which I want to show. So I think everything I covered. Any questions? So now coming back to the training topics which I'll be covering. Okay, just a second. Let me bring the topics which I'm going to cover in my training. Okay. I hope you guys are able to see my screen, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we'll start with ABAP CDS use. Okay, because first, of course, we'll start with the introduction to RAP and everything. Then we'll move to ABAP CDS views, syntax rules, table functions, basic expressions, built-in functions, associations, joins, input parameters, cardinalities, value helps, case statements. Then we will discuss about the what is virtual data model, what is basic view, composite view, consumption view, and then we will be developing the. Oh, it's got stuck. It got stuck. 1 second. Okay, so we will be going and developing the okay, so we'll be developing the Fiori apps. See, you can see I'm going to somewhat it got stuck. Let me repeat it. So uh, uh, we are going to develop overview page Fiori app using RAP methodology. We are going to develop analytical page Fiori app using RAP methodology. We are going to develop the list report object page Fiori app using RAP methodology. And we will develop all the Fiori applications in the business application studio in the BTP. And then we'll deploy that Fiori application inside your on-premises system, and we'll be displaying as a tile in the Fiori launchpad, where we'll be discussing about SAP Fiori. Okay, and strategies, architectures, and also launchpad designer. We will be displaying as a tile in the Fiori launchpad by creating spaces, pages, okay, activating the standard Fiori apps, developing the KPIs using manage KPI Fiori app. Then afterwards, then we'll come back to the S4 HANA in-app and side-by-side extensions. Okay, so what is UI flexibility, custom fields, custom business logic? We'll extend the standard Fiori app, okay, and we'll create a side-by-side extension in the BTP, and then we'll come to the BTP and we will develop the RAP applications, okay, in BTP. Managed, unmanaged, what is EML, implementing crude operations, what is key tag, lock master, troubleshootings, everything we'll be doing in BTP. And then we will be developing all unmanaged use case, managed use case, parent and multiple childs, okay, how to upload attachment, how to consume an external API in the BTP using side-by-side extension. This all the things will be covered. And we in the on-premises system, we will be developing RAP applications by implementing BAPIs, consuming BAPIs. Okay, then we will be using, we will be developing a RAP OData service in BTP, and we'll consume that inside the business application studio, and we'll deploy into the cloud foundry in BTP, and we are going to use SAP build work zone service to display as a tile in the Fiori launchpad. Okay, and then we will connect to your SAP Fiori application bash to your GitHub, and we will send the code from the GitHub to your SAP BTP using CI/CD, and which ends in cloud transport management using webhook method. Okay, and then we will push our code from one sub account to another sub accounts. So all the things will be covered in the training. Any questions? Any questions, guys?
In this
And what is
course,
the
forms
duration?
or Odata,
40 hours.
anything is
40 hours. 40 hours duration. Yeah. Sorry. Next question.
anything like Odata or forms? Anything?
OData only we are developing, no? RAP OData service only, no? We are developing.
Okay, okay. This is like a about it. And forms
Through
related anything?
SCJW, you are not developing, huh?
No, that will get no. My CGW is going to deprecate slowly. But those who
So
have
this,
taken this training, I'm providing a free SCGW, ABAP, and ABAP OData recording videos. Those who are taking this training.
hey, here in this, in the red font, it's been written, right? Fiori and JavaScript,
That is
Node.js and
another
all.
training. That is CAPM training. This is RAP training. I am giving
Okay.
different trainings. I'm giving
Okay.
CAP, I'm giving RAP, I'm giving SAP UFI, I'm giving integration CPI, and I'm going to start Gen AI also future.
Okay.
Bobby, the CAPM, so is there any other additional activities? Because those also the same BTP, CDS views, everything, right? So
CAP,
what?
difference maybe see RAP you are using ABAP code,
Okay.
whereas CAP you are using Node.js code to develop the applications.
So would you suggest an ABAPer should go for RAP side,
RAP
or
is,
they should go for CAPM, or how is it?
I would say total. That is how the market should
Yeah,
learn
that is how
everything.
the market, but
But you can start with RAP and then move to CAP.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Any more questions?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Babi,
for UFI developer,
Mhm.
what will be the
Yeah, you
course
can
you
use
suggest, a CAPM or RAPM?
the for UFI developer is obviously CAP, but now I would suggest that to learn ABAP also, because SAP UFI we are having so many tools, automatic everything is coming, so it's better to learn ABAP. I would say start learning RAP applications as well as CAP.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, please. Any more questions?
Bobby, I have one question. How the genetic AI is affecting a developer, Bobby? I
Yeah,
mean,
obviously it is giving us the code.
so
Simple.
everything is done by a single prompt. Then what is the role of developer?
Yeah, it is you take the code and you do the changes.
So it will not
40%.
do by, if
See, I'll
I
tell
am
you.
giving a prompt, it will not do by itself, or I need a manual intervention there. How it
Yes,
is?
absolutely. You require a manual intervention. Let us assume that you went to the SAP Joule and you have written that you have typed what you want. It generates the code. You copy that code and you have to build your application, right? You will build it, and obviously there will be it will not be 100%, and you will be there will be around 40 to 50% only remaining things you have to do. Or
So
I would
it's
say
not do testing everything. It will not do, right? So ABAP has to be there.
yes, absolutely. It's there. It should be there, but as of now, it is that. I don't know about futuristic. As of now,
Okay.
40, 50 to 50% or 60% code is doing by tool itself, generating
So
the
you're
code.
going to give a training on generative AI.
Not now, not now, maybe next future. So generative AI is a lot of concepts. It's not only generating the code. You can build applications. Means you let us assume that you have a database table. I'm developing this only right now. So you can query any question. It is going to bring the data for you. I'm not developing any Fiori. It is a chatbot. That is
Yeah.
called okay. Let's that is a different topic. Let's not get into that. Okay. See, there are various ways. One is to code based, and then just now I spoke about fetching the data based, and agentic AI is interacting between one to another. So a lot of other topics are there, which I'm currently working also. All these things. Okay. Let's come back to our training. Okay. There is no limitation in the technology. We need to keep upgrading. If not, it's very difficult to sustain. Yeah. Any more questions?
yeah, Bobby,
Any
actually,
real-time project?
What is the timing for this?
I'll come to the timing. Apart from the timing, the training will start on April 15th onwards. Okay, I'll come to the
Okay.
timing. Okay, and now coming back to what else apart from the timing, any other question?
Yeah,
Oh,
the real-time
I think it's
project.
too late, right?
Whatever
We
the
start early.
train, what yeah, I'll tell the timings. I'll tell the time. Just a second. I'll tell the timings. Whatever the things which I have worked in my experience, those only I put it in my project training. Sorry, all are real times only. Okay. Yeah. Any more questions apart from the
What is
training?
the fees for this training?
Fees will take it offline. Okay. Apart from this, anything? Time and fees.
And we have fixed like 40 hours, but there seems to be like too many concepts to cover up. So will it stick to
No, if
40
it
hours
is,
only, or
see, if it
how
is,
will it? Because there
see,
will be
as per
doubts and
my
everything will
previous,
be dynamic.
yes, that's what I'm saying. I prepared in such a way that from the scratch will go, and the training which I give, most of the topics will be questions will be very less. So that's the reason it is reaching 40. If you have more questions, it will increase. As per my previous experiences, I'm putting 40 hours. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Yeah, Bobby. Actually, I am working as a ABAP HR consultant.
Mhm.
So, will it be useful for me? Like
100%.
this?
There
Yeah,
is for you and it's for ABAP only, right? This is advanced topics for ABAP only.
yeah, yeah. But will I
Yeah.
understand this SDMM FI what you're explaining?
Everything will be covered step by step,
Okay, okay.
detail. You can go. I'll send mail. You can go through my feedback of my previous training students has given. You can see also. Yeah. Any more questions?
Recording of sessions will be
Yes.
available, right? For
Yes. I'll tell it. Every day, once the class is over, I'll be uploading the programs which are covered, the PPTs which I have covered, and also recording view. Recording view will be there view access for 1 year. All the programs, materials, study materials, resume template, interview question answers, everything you can download PPT. But recording video will be there view access for 1 year. Every Friday, I'll be giving exercises based on the topic which I covered on that week. Okay, once the
So
training is
5 days class
completed,
will be there, right?
yes, Monday to Friday class. So once the training is completed, I'll be providing the study materials, interview question and answers, resume template. Of course, you will have recording video, view access for 1 year, and the programs which are covered in that complete training will be there every day. I'll upload where you can download.
Bob, it is Monday to Friday, and
Correct,
people are
correct, correct.
mostly people are working folks, right? So
That's the option I have. Okay, yeah.
do we not have
So now
any